So hi guys, welcome to another episode of the vlog. I am your host Oyinbusu. The song you just listened to right now is Memories by Tobiano. Yes. On today's episode of the vlog, we'll be discussing the coronavirus pandemic. We all know the state of the world right now, and we really cannot neglect that this pandemic is eating deep into the society. But before we dig in properly, I would like to admonish everybody to please wash your hands with soap and water. It is very important. If you cannot wash your hands, use an alcoholic-based hand sanitizer. Do well to maintain social distancing and practice personal hygiene. All of these are necessary right now because the figures are rising every day. Every day, new cases are detected. So we really need to protect ourselves. I won't be running this episode alone. It will be hi, I'm my friend Viviana, but it will be more or less like a video call conversation. So you guys, please, any error you see or any network issue, please understand. Viviana, let me just run a short analysis of the coronavirus pandemic. The outbreak was first identified in China, in Wuhan, China, in December 2019. And then subsequently started spreading down to other countries such as Italy, the United States, the United Kingdom, France, and the likes. And by January 2020, the WHO Health Organization declared it a public health emergency. And by March, it was declared a pandemic. Italy was one of the countries that the coronavirus got to first, before it started spreading down to Africa and all. And it's not a news to anybody that Italy was hit like hard by the coronavirus pandemic. So I just want to know, how did it feel like for you? When did you first get to know about the coronavirus? When did you first get to know about the virus? And how did you feel like the lockdown and everything?
Well, we started getting news as of January, but we weren't really worried because there were no cases until I would say the middle or end of February. And then when it finally came to our country, it started blowing up. Like in one day we had like one case, and the next day there were like so many already. And of course we were all scared and didn't know what to do and what we could do, we should do or shouldn't do. And people started like avoiding contact with other people, but the majority of people didn't really care so much. They kept like throwing parties like it was nothing, and all until they realized that it was a big issue, and then some people started like being more careful about it. Yeah.
For us here, the pandemic got to us a bit late. Our first case was 27th of February 2020, and that was the case of an Italian man who works here in Nigeria. So he just traveled down freshly. So when the case got to us, I was like, shit, it's here already, because I've been hearing of it since December, but I'm like, oh, it's far away, it's not here. It's in China, it's in the Asian countries. I'm like, we're cool. Next thing, I heard of it 27th of February that, oh, it's in Nigeria. Immediately I was worried. So I'm like, okay, so finally it's here. And it was a case of some people traveled down from China to Italy.
Yeah.
So far, have you lost anybody to the coronavirus pandemic? A friend, anybody?
Luckily not, but I know some friends who have lost grandparents because of it, and like a friend of a friend of a friend, like especially elderly, not really young people, but everyone can be affected.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So far, so good. I haven't lost anybody to the pandemic.
That's good to hear.
I have been so lucky. I haven't lost anybody. But as of this morning, Nigeria has 2,950 cases, 98 deaths, and 481 recovered. And as of this morning, Italy has 213,000 cases, 213,013 cases, 29,315 deaths, and 85,231 recovered. And it's so alarming for Italy. But I heard from the news that they are easing down the lockdown already. Is that true?
I'm sorry, didn't hear it.
That they are easing down the lockdown in Italy.
The lockdown is still on, but the restrictions have been eased a little bit. Now we are allowed to see loved ones. Of course, keeping like at least 1 meter distance.
Of course.
But we're allowed to go for walks, wearing masks and gloves. But the good thing is that some people still don't use public transport, and that is good because, you know, it prevents the spreading of the virus because less people go on it, and you know, but still, universities are closed, schools are closed, shops, everything is closed. I think that you can go to a doctor, but only if you have like
severe issues
that are, yeah, but if you suspect of, if you have feelings that are similar to the virus feelings, you should just ring your doctor instead of going there, and you can't go to the hospital if you think you have the coronavirus, because that way it's just a nightmare. Everything has to be sanitized and everybody has to put under quarantine. It's the procedures.
How are pregnant women coping? Do you know any pregnant woman in this time? I mean, that needs antenatal, that needs proper care, those that even have cancer and some other illness, how are they coping right now?
I don't know anybody who is in this situation, so I'm not really sure, but I think it must be really hard for them because they need constant care, and they need to go to the doctor and hospitals.
They need proper care. For us here, the pregnant women are not really getting the adequate antenatal attention they should. Even those that have cancer and some other illness, everybody's concentrating on, you know, the coronavirus pandemic. Started losing doctors. I think every country is losing doctors.
Yeah, mine too, unfortunately, and nurses as well.
Yeah, yes. Personally, I feel like things can never go back being the same. Do you think after this virus, things can ever get back to how it used to be? You would see your friend after like 2 months and you'd be like, oh, Viviana, you hug her. You're like, my friend. Can it ever be like that again?
I don't think that I think that it will slowly go back to normal, but really, really slowly, because I'm still scared.
I'm scared too. You know, I practically I think too much of everything is not good. To wash your hand is great, but I feel like too much of everything, I'm of that philosophy that too much of everything is not good. Right now, I am always thinking, if I touch my face, I'm like, oh my God, I just touched my face. And then I go and I wash my I'm always washing my hands. Like, I have that fear. I saw my uncle some days ago, and that urge to want to hug him was there. But I'm like, no, I can't hug him. I'm like, hello. It's like, I know you want to hug me, but you can't hug me. I'm like, yes, I'm sorry, I can't hug you. And I was like, this virus, would I see my friend after a long time and be able to hug her? Would I be able to interact like I've always been? Or will things change? And especially for Italy, once you carry that fear deep down, that are you sure this person is one of those few people that they've not, you know, diagnosed of the virus, but really has the virus in them and all?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear it, the last bit.
I said, won't you feel like, when you see an old friend, won't you feel like, this person is not a carrier of the virus but has not been diagnosed yet?
Well, I think that I'll still be very, very careful with, friends. Even after a long time, I'll be like, okay, let's not hug, but let's just say hi from a distance.
What I'm trying to say, like, it will probably take like 2 years for me to just hug someone freely because I like hugs. I like to hug people.
Yeah.
Personally, I like to hug people. Like when I see my friend, even if I've not seen you for a very long time, there's this urge to want to hug you. And also, I don't think I'll just come across someone I've not seen in a long time. I want to hug the person. I think I'll always have that, like, I love you, I love you. You know I love you.
I love you, bud.
Stay afar.
Yeah.
So did you go through panic buying?
Panic buying? Not really, but I've seen some parts of supermarkets that were completely empty. Like there was nothing in it. People going crazy because especially at the beginning of the pandemic. Like the last time I went to the supermarket was the 22nd of February because then I never got out of my house basically. And like people were going crazy with those big carts full of food and toilet paper. Like what is up with the toilet paper?
The same thing here. Immediately, the virus was declared a pandemic, 11th of March. I started hearing rumors of the lockdown and started closing up schools and everything. I mean, prices of hand sanitizer started going up, like boom. Like tissue papers were missing, hand wash were missing, and I'm like, is the hand wash the cure for the virus? It's just a preventive measure to wash your hands. Why are you buying it like as if the hand wash is going to cure you from the virus? It was the line.
Yeah, and the craziest thing is some people buy like a great amount of food, but they buy meat, and meat is not like something you can keep for a long time in your fridge. You buy, you have to eat it. What's the point?
Yeah, just try to be careful. I feel like even sugar, there's literally no sugar here anymore. I'm like, is sugar the cure for coronavirus? Please.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like that.
So, all right. Thank you very much, Viviana. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
So please, if you're a new subscriber, please, if you're new here, please do it to subscribe. Yeah. If you aren't, thank you for watching again. Please do it to like, to comment, and to give feedbacks to me. I really, really do appreciate feedback. Thank you. See you some other time.